Alright guys, so we're back. Thanks for sticking with me as I created a new broadcast here. We are casting the King of Ireland Bronze Division tournament. Let me just mention to everybody that that's what I'm doing here. The fierce fight for Saranac, it never happened in the last one, but that's okay. So we are gonna, let's see, we want to come back to your channel. Here we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey, T-Bomber is back. That's great to hear. That's great to see. So we're going to go in here and load a game, and we'll load game 1 of DK the Hobbit versus YaBoi. So I'm not exactly sure where these players are at. Let me bring up my analysis of their elos. I think you guys can still see. Latest is this one right here from the 15th of January. So YaBoi on the 15th of January is 900. About 900 elo here. And DK the Hobbit is somewhere. Here he is. A educated man. So they're both around 900 elo. So that's what we're looking at here. It'd be interesting to see how the 900 elo guys approach the maps. Honestly, probably have more fun at them. I think they'll actually have the most fun, the bronze. Because, you know, every single little clip counts at the high level. You make the smallest mistake and your opponent just destroys you. But, you know, the lower level, it's a lot more forgiving. And that can give you some lower stress. That decreases the stress and gives more opportunity to have some fun. So let's go check it out. Let's spectate with Capture Age. Capture Age is a really nice overlay for casting matches. I mean, the trees and the gold piles and all that stuff is just absolutely hideous, but you know, it doesn't look as nice and clean as Age of Minecraft. Let's mention people in the server as well. Announcements. Let's see. Casting King of Ireland first qualifier matches. Okay, so in the blue, on the left-hand side, we have blue, DK the Hobbit. He is playing as the Mayans. And then in the red, on the right-hand side, a little bit more up, we've got YaBoi, and he is playing as the Spanish. So Mayans versus Spanish, it's a classic matchup from the Age of Conquerors. We can see that YaBoi, even at the 900 elo, is already scouting with his sheep the back of his base. It's smart. We've got the boars here. The boars are on these craters so that you can tell if you've been lamed. I was thinking about changing this map so that the boars are a little bit more forward, or the boars are allowed to be forward. We see that they've got 4 deer, and on Ireland Arabia, the deer are a little bit closer to the town center. So DK the Hobbit here coming around, scouting with his eagle. He's looking over the map. So let's see. We've got blue. He's got 6 on sheep, and he is building his lumber camp back here. That's smart. A back lumber camp. Good. I like it. And yeah, this is a pretty decent lumber camp from red as well. Remember, red doesn't really know that blue is up here. You know, he could be down here or something. And this isn't a very good wood line, to be honest. To be fair, though, none of these wood lines are actually really all that great. Ireland, Arabia is made with really terrible wood lines. It's just a feature of the map. DK the Hobbit is a great name. I'm glad that that means something to you, T-Bomber, because it doesn't really mean anything to me. What does DK stand for? Donkey Kong? The Hobbit, maybe? I don't know. So we got 3 on wood so far from DK the Hobbit. He's only put 3 on wood. That's interesting. He's coming out here to take his first boar, though. Okay, he's going to lure that boar in. Okay, so he's sending a 4th out to wood now. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. You only really see 3 on wood when people are going scouts. But wouldn't really make sense to go scouts because the mines don't get scouts. So now he's going to mill his berries. Okay, looking good, looking good. Let's see what's going on over here at Red's base. Red's bringing in this boar. Ooh, a little bit of a sloppy sheep slaughter over here. But the villagers like to be sneaky and take sheep like that. I suppose it just has a great ring to it. Oh, you're funny. Oh no! Red loses a villager to the boar. That's not funny. So now let's see. They both have around 48 seconds of town center idle time. But red is down a villager, so blue has 13 villagers and red only has 12. Red says, I did not lose a vill to the boar if anyone asks, using some mind games on his opponent. That's smart. Emu Warrior, what is this? This is Irish Arabia. Yeah, it works better. And blue says, my lips are sealed. And they both got 2 boars this time, Emu Warrior. Don't worry. So we'll see what they make of it. Red is at a disadvantage because he lost a villager to a boar. And he is getting loomed now because he does not want to take any more chances for when he lures his second boar here. Meanwhile, blue has... Okay, blue has 4 on wood still. He's bringing in his other boar. Blue is 2 villagers ahead of red. What's going on? Red didn't lose another villager, did he? Okay, well, mines basically start with free loom anyway, or they get loom immediately. So, I don't have to worry about that too much. Let's see here. Yeah, they have around the same amount of idle time. Oh, right, YaBoi is 2 villagers behind because he got loom. Duh. I knew that. Oh, wait, what do we got over here? Oh, we got blue trying to steal some of red's sheep. Look at that. Red coming after him. Unfortunately, for red, eagles are stronger in the Dark Age. So if blue wanted to fight this, he totally could and win. But given that he's already taken some damage, it's not clear to me who would win. But red has also taken some damage. So hopefully blue knows to go and find a hill. Scouts are still faster than eagles in the Dark Age, but they're not really much faster. So blue could get back to his base if he wanted to. Scout isn't very strong. It only has 3 attack. And blue's splitting with the sheep, though, sending them to the corner, so red can't get those. Red's just having a rough opening game. The wood line is a nice touch. So blue is opting for small walls here. You can tell that he's been playing, maybe practicing on lots of classic Arabia. I've seen players just kind of wall this big ring in here, but it can be deceptive, honestly. These wood lines are very thin. And there's a lot of area to cover, and your opponent can just walk around and basically range everything that could be taking wood with archers. So it's just really tough. Archers are quite strong, I think, on this map. So let's see. We've got 6 on wood now for blue, as blue is clicking up to the feudal age. He's at 23 pop, so this tells me probably an archer build if he's transferring a lot over to wood. I mean, he's Mayans, right? So what else is he going to do? And meanwhile, red is coming down here looking for his sheep. He's just barely going to miss him. That's unfortunate. Probably wanted to loop around to see if the sheep got sent to the corner. And what is red up to? Well, red is farming. So this tells me, but red is also on his way up to the feudal age. So 22 pop, maybe 22 pop scouts. Who knows? Maybe he's made some farms to give him himself a little bit of a food bonus here. As he is putting his barracks down now, and it looks like red is going to try to large wall. But, I mean, depending on what mods you have, it can be tough, right? To make sure that you wall everything in without getting any holes in the wall. Holes in the wall are tough. Your opponent can just run right in. And look at this super house wall here. Blue not taking any chances. Wants to wall these 2 berry bushes, which are... Okay, these berry bushes are actually pretty close to being full. In fact, they are full. There's a 3rd one in here. Alright, well, so maybe it is worth his time as he changes his mind. So he's now feudal age. We should see this barracks complete, and as soon as the barracks is complete, Blue will put down at least 1 archery range. He's got the wood for it. Where's the range? Maybe there is no range. He's got a ton on gold, though. I mean, he's not going to FC this, is he? Meanwhile, oh my goodness, look at this. Red is deciding to wall off an entire corner of the map. Look at that. It's going beyond his circle. I like this. I really do. I think at the higher level this may not work, but I appreciate Red's attitude in that, you know, this is my map, he's saying. He recognizes how awful these wood lines are. He doesn't want it over chop. So, you know, it makes sense looking at it. Yeah, this is around 900 elo. So I'm actually really impressed because, let me tell you what, these guys are having better Dark Ages than I had when I first started this game out. And I was about 150 elo higher than them. So, when I first started playing DE. So it just really goes to show that the level of play is just really growing the community. Yep, so here's the range, and we've got a bunch of archers queued up out of the range. Blue's going to need a second range, though, if he wants to make lots of archers. Although he only has 4 on gold, actually, so it really is appropriate. So maybe this is kind of like some kind of single range archers, I don't know. I don't know, as Red is building his mega walls. And Spanish do build faster, so, you know, maybe he feels like it's less of an investment. Here comes a wolf, though. Red is going to have the hill advantage, I think, on that wolf, though. And, holy, these are quite the walls. Just wall the edge of the map, dude. Just wall this. Just bink, and then just bink, and you're good to go. This doesn't really make much sense to me. He probably hasn't scouted that, though. Let's check and see. No, he actually has scouted it. Alright, no excuses then. Just tunnel vision. Okay, both players have around a minute of idle time, with Blue having slightly more idle time, actually. Let's see, he's really not... He's only 1 villager ahead of Red, though, which is interesting. What's this town center been doing? It's Red scouting, looking around. Oh, that's aggressive. Blue could totally garrison this town center. Oh, Red makes a break for it, though. He's getting away. So what is Red's game plan here? Red has an archery range as well. Interesting. No stable from Red, so nobody expects the Spanish archer rush. Red has not made any military. Blue has made some archers, and he made a spearman because he got whacked by this this scout here. Blue is finishing this off. He's decided that this is the half of his base, this circle that's worth keeping. So that's what he wants to have. He's being diligent, making sure that he walls in the corner there, or that opening, I should say, after the overchop. So he does not want a pack of scouts getting in. And it's logical, right? I mean, what do Spanish do on open maps? They generally go scouts, right? Blue is now starting to farm. Blue has a ton of town center idle time, though. I think he just wants to click up. But he doesn't have the food for it, and he only has one on food right now, and I don't know where it is. I think it's just a farmer right here. Yep. So, however, Blue is on his way to make an attack. As Red is getting very close to clicking up. Red could click up right now. He's got the buildings. He's got the res. He just spent some res, actually. He is making skirmishers. He has seen the archers and decided that he is afraid of them. So he's going to make some defensive units. Spanish are not really known for their archery range units. Yeah, exactly. Lower elo games are more entertaining to me since so many strategies are viable. I agree, 100%. And that's something that we kind of talked about when we're like, who's going to cast who are we going to cast in the King of Ireland tournament? There's going to be so many games, you know. We're really cast them all? Should we focus on the high level? Should we focus on the low level? And you know what? I think the lower level games should get an equal amount of attention to the high level games. The community at large may not learn from watching low level players like we learn from watching the pros show us how to do everything. But if you're that low level player and your game gets cast, maybe there's something that you learn from whoever's casting it that can help you play a better game next time. And like T-Bomber said, maybe it's more entertaining because you can do more strategies. As Blue is pecking here, he's got his eagle, he's got spearmen, and they are pecking at different segments of wall. He's got archers attacking. But one thing is certain, red cannot wall behind this. The archers will prevent it. The archers do have fletching, as Blue has 5 minutes and 53 seconds of town center idle time. Well, a little bit more, actually. That is just insane, man. Do something. Build a market. Sell all this wood. Blue needs to work on his build, for sure. Blue could be miles ahead, and red is actually going to be Castle Age first. Oh, boy. So Blue not getting in. He was attacking here. Ah, okay, the skirmishers came and scared him off. Skirmishers counter everything here except eagles. So red is taking stone for a castle. Maybe a castle. He's got a lot of stone. Idle TC must be nerves, perhaps. So we are now at over 7 minutes of town center idle time for Blue. Poor Blue. Take 7 minutes and divide it by 25 seconds. That is a lot of extra villagers. And indeed, Blue is behind in villager count now. As red reaches the castle age. Let's see what he decides to do with it. Oh! What is this? How did I miss this? Pleb caster. Look at these eagles coming in, shredding these skirmishers. Wow. How did I miss that? Yeah, Blue has 4 eagles on the field, and they are too much for these skirmishers. Eagles are so good against skirmishers. So he's going to come in and clear up these skirmishers so that it's safe for his archers to come in. And red is going to prioritize getting this castle up. He does not want to mess around. He's going to kill these archers with the skirmishers and then hope that the eagles can't kill the villagers first. So this is an emergency castle. Okay, Blue is finally on his way up to the castle age. That's good. He's got 8 minutes and 21 seconds of town center idle time. So Blue could kill 6 villagers here building the castle and still not be ahead in villagers. But this castle will go up. And then these eagles will have to lickety-split out of here. Let's see if YaBoi is planning on... He's getting man-at-arms. So the man-at-arms are probably for the eagles. I think conks would work just fine. He's got his castle now. He can make conquistadors. And that is indeed what he is doing. He's got 3 conquistadors queued up. He has 1 knight on the field and 1 knight in the stable being made. And so I think he's going to do some all-in, maybe not all-in, but definitely castle pressure. He hasn't put down a second town center, so he might be more of a clown. So this conk is out. What is Blue going to do? Well, first thing Blue's going to do is make sure this is fully sealed off. He wants to make sure red can't get in and do any damage before he gets to castle age and catches up technologically. T-Bomber says, I once saw a mass of Byzantine skirms wreck some eagles. Yeah, I wonder where you saw that. So YaBoi here, red, he's getting bloodlines to make his conquistadors and his knights a little bit tankier. Right now they only have 55 HP, so they're really not that strong. These things melt to skirmisher fire. And what are these knights doing? Oh, these knights are going to come take out this eagle up here. Okay, so Blue getting crossbowman right off the bat. He's only got 4 on gold, so he can only afford crossbowman protection from 1 range. As red is getting husbandry now. Blue wants to boom. Blue is a boomer, so Blue has got a foundation for a town center up here. How's he going to get there anyway? The villagers... Oh, okay, the villagers are going to go out the gate that he built himself down here. So they're going to come out around and build that town center. As these crossbowmen are up here to respond to the conks. You better hope the conks don't swoop around and find these villagers building the town center. That could get pretty ugly. As the villager goes down to conquistador fire, red now has an 11 villager lead over Blue. So Blue wants to boom to catch up. Let's see, he's getting on stone now. So castles will help him defend his economy, make more town centers, and with castles he could make plumed archers if he wanted. So the conquistadors are afraid of these crossbowmen. These crossbowmen have fletching, but they do not have bodkin yet. So with bodkin they will be infinitely scarier as this woman is running for her life. She's not going to make it though. No, he needs all of his archer mass out there. Oh, what is this? Fire! Fire! There we go. These crossbowmen desperately need bodkin, as these conquistadors are kind of wrecking them without it. Pull back, dude. It's not worth fighting here. He's got a secondary layer of wall. He could build a house here. He could build a couple more houses here. You don't really need this area of the map. It's not worth fighting over right now. But conks are really obnoxious. What do we got here, though? We've got an eagle attack, as these conks are going to attack the eagles. Eagles are running up on the conks. They are gunpowder units, so they do more damage to eagles. Plus 10 bonus damage. These eagles are just melting to the conquistador fire. Conquistador is so good against infantry. Okay, so blue is getting thumb ring now. He's got one villager on food. Most of them are garrisoned in his town center because the conquistadors were harassing. But he did manage to get this town center up here, which is good. And he's got 12 on gold now. So he can afford to produce crossbowmen from both ranges. Heck, he could even afford crossbowmen from one more range if he wanted. Okay, red pathing under that town center, which is really good for blue. Red got a couple of knights coming in, maybe for raiding, but they are not armored at all, so they're going to take a lot of damage from this town center. So blue still doesn't have bodkin yet. Now both of these conks are weak, so he actually might be able to kill them. He has put his farmers back to work. He has 38 villagers. I don't think this has changed much since about a couple minutes ago. And red is just booming away on 2 town centers now. He's at 66 villagers, so he's got about a 30 villager lead over blue. And these knights are knocking on the door. What's blue gonna do? He's bringing his archers down. These conks are both the weak conks, so if he kills these, he can actually wall behind this and not have to worry about the knights. But he's going to target the knights instead, which, since they don't have armor, this is actually okay. So he micros those knights down. Kills the knights, the gate goes down, and then the conquistadors may rush in if they wish. We've got some skirms. The game sees conquistadors as cavalry archers, so therefore skirmishers are effective against them, as long as they have all the proper upgrades. The armor upgrades don't mean as much to the skirmishers, because conks have 16 attacks, so, you know, +1 defense against that is negligible. The conks are kind of pinned here. Red is trying to escape. Is he going to shoot his way out? I think he is. There we go. Red escapes. But we've got a couple of spearmen, some spearmen to intercept. Here they come. I don't think they're going to get close. Conks are mobile. There we go. So blue is still at 36 villagers. He's got 19.5 minutes of town center idle time. So this is rough. Red is still keeping the villagers queued. He's got 10 villagers in queue. He's making villagers, pumping them out. This gold looks pretty crowded, though. He could consider building another mining camp on the other side. He's got almost 2k gold, though. Okay, so what's the plan here? Stone walls! Yes! I love stone walls, and I'm very glad to see them here. Blue says, enough is enough. I don't want to keep getting raided. So he chases the conks away with the skirmishers. The conks could honestly probably win this. But blue has already stonewalled this. He's playing very defensively. The stone wall kind of like this to this would be better, though. That way the stone would be inside of it. He could take that stone safely. So the villager goes down. Blue is at 33 villagers. I don't think blue has made villagers since like 10 minutes ago. Just chasing around. Red's devastating conquistador attack. As that eagle goes down. Blue is starting to build some mass though. So Red decides to end the game with a castle drop or drop a castle on Blue's gold. That would be devastating. So Blue is absolutely going to have to win this fight if he wants to prevent that castle from going up. Oh no! The conks are getting overwhelmed, but there are more conks. I don't think Blue can take this. Blue's still missing Bodkin. It's absolutely killing him. The castle is going to go up. These are Spanish villagers building the castle, so it will build faster. Not as fast as cheesy Sicilian castle drop, but still quite fast. So now Blue is being forced off of this gold. So what does Blue have for gold options? He's still got his main gold here. So he's putting down another archery range. These villagers are going on to the main gold, I believe. No, they are going to build another range. So Blue has no wood. He's got nothing on wood. He's got 8 wood, excuse me. He has walled this off, which is good for him. But he does not have the wood to build a lumber camp back here. Blue has 9 idols for such a long time. Oh, he's got 1 now. I don't know where he's sending them. Okay, he's got a camp up here. He's got... So I think he sent 7 down here. 6. No, he's got 2 on this forward one and 6 back here. He's buying some wood. And he is queuing up 23 crossbowmen. Get Bodkin Blue. Do it. You won't regret it, I promise. He'll get more range and attack, and I promise Mayans get it. But he really wants to build up this crossbowman mass so that he can push out. Prevent these conks from doing too much damage. So meanwhile, Red is at 103 villagers. So Red knows how to make eco. Oh, look at that. Blue just completed Bodkin. Nice. So now these archers and skirmishers should absolutely shred the conquistadors. Shouldn't even be a contest. Now, if Blue got ballistics, that would be even better. But maybe he's too busy for that. The wood situation for Blue is pretty bad. As another villager goes down. Blue with 30 minutes of town center idle time. Come on, fight, fight, fight. The conks just run away. Conks don't want to fight that at all. What is this? Conks kill 2 units, and none of the conquistadors die. So Red is now getting Bodkin himself. It will not affect the conquistadors, of course, but it'll increase the range of his castle. And the damage. Now Red has made a monk to heal his conquistadors up. After raiding. Which is smart. What do we got here, though? Interesting. We got a castle on the side for Blue, probably to protect this gold. Blue wants to secure another gold, perhaps. And we've got these archers to protect the villagers while they're building that castle. Okay. This is a lot of conquistadors. How many conquistadors is that? Well, it's 21 with 2 more in queue. Red is on his way to the Imperial Age. He's got a ton of resources. He is rich. The only resource that he doesn't have very much of is food. And it looks like he is rectifying that now by building a mill and a bunch of farms. He's saturated this gold. He should build a mining camp or 2 more around it. He's got the wood for it. Throw down a ton of buildings in the middle of the map and get ready to close out the game. This is Red's game. What's he doing over here? Ah, okay, he's building a castle on this side to enclose his opponent. So Blue is at 37 villagers now, and I don't think that that's his villager high. So he's completed this castle, and then he's going to come back around, it looks like. So maybe he's saving this gold for later. He's got his castle there for now. Okay, so let's see. We got 2 more crossbowmen. What's the ideal comp for Spanish against Mayans? I would think that it would actually be probably like a mix of some gunpowder, some siege, and some champions. Basically pike siege. Look at this, he's just fighting it. He's just fighting it. I don't really think there's a great composition because Mayans can make, look at that, like Mayans can make so many archers. He's taking this fight. He could totally afford Elite Conquistador right now. Do it. Get Elite Conquistador and then fight Red. These men on horseback with guns are shooting at these crossbowmen. I don't think Red's going to win this. If he does, it'll be a Pyrrhic victory. It'll be like the kind of victory where you look back at it and you groan and you say, was that really worth it? Pyrrhic victory isn't really a victory. It's just a victory where you don't lose as much as your opponent does. But with this, he is actually going to clear up all of Blue's crossbowmen. So Blue has 16 crossbowmen left. I don't know where they are. They're not in queue. He's got 3 there. And, oh! I did not see this. He is on his way to raid Red. Idling some of Red's eco, hoping that Red will come back to address that. He's got 4 more crossbowmen in queue. But Red is in. Red is in. Come on, Red. Spend your res. He's made a trebuchet. The military count is about even. It's 15 to 16. But Red's eco is 4 times that of Blue's. Conquistadors are so great at harassing. Taking your opponent off of resources. So Red has forced down a panic siege workshop and a bunch of stables. Or Blue has forced that down. Where is Red? Is Red going to address that at all? Nope, still making conks. Just going to let these units rampage through. It's going to try to put down another siege workshop, which Blue will probably find and deny. Yep, there it is. Denied. So Red proving that he has a lot of really sick macro skills. Able to boom up to over 100 villagers. Is Red still making villagers? He almost kind of needs to lose villagers at this point. Start spending his res and making a massive army. So this castle is being sieged. 1 trebuchet is taking it down. Blue is stuck in his little corner. We do not have ballistics yet. But we do have Bodkin. We have the first armor. We only have double bit axe. We don't even have horse collar. Blue is just having a rough game. Been under pressure from Red. Never really been able to do what he think he wanted to do. He's got lots of cheap mining units here. Where did all these archers go? Did I miss it? Maybe they ran into the town center and died or something. Actually, last I saw they were down here. Maybe they ran under this town center and got killed. As Blue reaches the Imperial Age and then resigns. He just wanted to get imp. So, with that, Red, YaBoi is victorious on Ireland, Arabia. GG. Yeah, he was pretty far behind, and Red could afford everything. Like, Red could get Paladin 3 times, I think. And that's a very expensive upgrade. All right, let's look at game 2 here. So Arabia and first one, second one. So now we're going to go to Terra, and Terra is Blue's home map. Blue has picked the Cumans. Actually, he's not the same color anymore. Okay, So we got DK the Hobbit now is blue again, and he has picked the Cumans. And we are against YaBoi, who has picked the Byzantines. So this is Terra, Empire War setting. On Terra, your gold is drained at equivalent rate of 3 relics. And you got all these neutral Gaia monks in the middle. The monks have all of the monk techs, and they will convert siege weapons. They will convert other monks. They have very long conversion distances, so they are just very powerful. So Byzantines for YaBoi this time. So it'll be interesting to see what these players come up with. Neither one has found their scout yet. As DK the Hobbit is getting double bit axe, and YaBoi is doing the same. They're getting their eco upgrades. That's good. That's good. We like it. Stable coming down. 2 stables coming down for DK the Hobbit. So Cuban scouts. He is in feudal age, or maybe he's going to go fast castle, but I doubt it. He's got 14 on food. Nope, making scouts. So has he found his first scout? I think he has, because it's not here anymore. It's somewhere else. Okay, purple has found his scout. YaBoi. And where is blue's scout? Where is it? Did he lose it? To the monks? I don't think so. We'll keep an eye on that. Alright, so blue is starting to wall off already. I hope DK makes it 1-1 here. I agree. Then we'd get to see a third game. That would be really awesome. So both players with around 40 seconds of town center idle time so far. Come on, you can do it. Cue a villager, DK. Cue a villager. So DK the Hobbit, his scout is chasing YaBoi's scout. Of course, running away from Cumans is never a good idea. They can always catch you. Cumans are fast. So, no villagers about DK the Hobbit. DK the Hobbit and I need to have a talk about villagers. Make villagers, dude. They're important. But he does have 2 scouts on the field. He actually built 2 stables. And he's making scouts and he's getting bloodlines. So he wants to scout rush his opponent. Oh, look at all these Gaia monks. It's always scary when the Gaia monks charge you. Okay, this, I think this is still on auto scout, the scout for YaBoi. YaBoi is continuing to make villagers. He's at 39 so far. He's got 2 in the queue. And blue is 3 villagers behind. Now 4. At 36 pop. Purple YaBoi here has built a couple of spearmen, though, to defend his town. And he has built an archery range as well. So maybe he's planning archers. Now in Terra, all of the neutral stone, or most of the neutral stone, is in the center of the map. There might be like a neutral stone out to the side, but it's quite small. So you want to try to secure either this stone or these monks. And I think generally the meta is people will build castles. They'll come here and they'll build like a town center on this stone. They'll take it. They'll get enough stone for castles, and then they'll castle creep these monks. And that does 2 things. It kind of creates an impenetrable strategic wall that your opponent has to go through to get to you. But it also kills these monks in a pretty safe way that doesn't require a big investment. And then you can collect the relics and then castle the monasteries that you built right next to the relics to protect those too. So having said that, DK is on his way here with some scouts. Picking a fight with that spearman, which is not going to be so great for him. So DK the Hobbit is 4 minutes of town center idle time. This is rough. He's 36 versus 43 villagers. He is prioritizing military first, but purple has a ton of spearmen. I don't know. I don't think these scouts are going to do much. But wait. DK the Hobbit deciding booming is the answer. He's got a second town center coming up on his gold and stone. Nice. He is getting the feudal age armor, and it looks like he has got a villager in queue, or he had one anyway. Keep making villagers, dude. It's good for you. So he is going to coom and boom a little bit. I would actually build that town center out here. Your opponent is anywhere near Castle Age. It's safe. As purple, YaBoi has almost 1,800 wood. This scout rush is actually doing some damage here. I think we're going to pick off one villager, maybe, for DK the Hobbit. Yes, he picks off a villager and he runs away from the spearman. I understand that it is tough to keep your town center working while you're microing scouts and dodging the spearmen. Spearmen are a great way to increase your blood pressure, but you really have to keep doing things with your town center. YaBoi is putting on a dominating performance. He is. He's doing well. See, what DK the Hobbit should understand or should learn from, if he ever goes in and watches these recordings, he should know that the damage that he has done with these scouts, he's killed like maybe 2 or 3 villagers. But his opponent still has more villagers than he does because his opponent's been building villagers this whole time. So, ironically, DK the Hobbit would have been better off allocating all of his food and time and energy and attention to just making more villagers. Having said that, he is on his way up to the Castle Age, and YaBoi is not. YaBoi has a big eco imbalance. He's got almost 800 gold here. He's got so many on gold. So he has frazzled his opponent, even though his opponent has about 10 more villagers than he does. DK the Hobbit is going and researching archery range upgrades, which is interesting. We see a range coming up. So I wonder what the plan is. Maybe skirmishers? Kumans are missing bracers, so long term their skirmishers are not the best. He's getting the armor too. So maybe this is a Kipchak sort of plan. Maybe he wants to do Kipchaks. So the fact that gold is drained at a rate equivalent to 3 relics incentivizes players to get the relics. It's super important. You will run out of gold quickly. Escobar Barker. Voy, F-Y-L. Random guy. Oh man, I wish the bots would be real people. So DK the Hobbit is creating villagers out of his one town center. He's got 2 villagers in queue, so he's making villagers from the other town center. He's still about 10 villagers behind YaBoi, as YaBoi is taking stone here, but walling out his stone collecting villager. So what's the plan now? What is the plan, DK the Hobbit? We've got a range. He's in Castle Age, but I'm not sure what he's doing with it. Purple clicking up to the Castle Age now. Huge eco imbalance. Only 25. Okay. So DK the Hobbit is now building a town center on this stone. I like this town center. I think that could have been this town center, but that's fine. Just make sure that if you've got all these town centers, that you make villagers out of them, which it looks like he's at least keeping one of them working this time. So if he could keep both of these town centers working, he could actually gain an economy advantage over his opponent. Oh no! DK the Hobbit picking a fight with these monks. That is not enough scouts. He's going to need some light cav. So it looks like he made a pass at the relics. He's interested in the relics. As more ranges are coming down, he's getting crossbowmen. Okay. Kuman crossbowmen. So we got this super monk, this Friar Tuck in the middle, who has 4 pierce armor and 4 melee armor, so he's even stronger than these other monks. And he has a conversion range of 20, I believe. 9 plus... No, he's got 9 plus 15. These are 9 plus 0. So, so far as I can see, DK the Hobbit has donated 4 scouts to the cause here. These relics will protect themselves. You got 9 plus 15 range for this Friar Tuck. Okay, nice. I really, really like this. Friar Tuck is OP. So DK the Hobbit castling the stone in the center, that's going to make it really hard for his opponent to get a foothold on the stone. So his opponent might be able to take something at the edge here, but it's going to be tough. So let's see, what is YaBoi doing here, purple? He's getting the pikeman upgrade because he saw scouts earlier. Maybe he's thinking it's going to be knights. He may not have a lot of intel on the situation. DK the Hobbit playing into archers though, which I think is going to catch purple off guard. Purple wants to build a castle here. I don't think that's going to work out too well. Blue, of course, can't see it coming, but he's going to see it pretty soon. It's not going to go up because there's a castle in the way, and it may actually get shot down and the stone wasted. Nope, okay, he does delete it in time. So, DK the Hobbit coming in. He's going to put down a siege workshop here. He's got some more crossbowmen of his own. And they're going to deny the second attempt at a castle at the edge. Because you can castle the edge. So YaBoi is forced back. He's going to get elite skirm now. He sees all these crossbowmen and needs a way to defend against them. I'd like to see some Kipchaks from DK the Hobbit. So DK the Hobbit is producing villagers now. He's queued up 5 villagers. So I think he's got his booming hat on. I think you're right, T-Bomber. It looks like he had a plan. Plan was to scout rush, force his opponent into pikes, and then transition into archers, build castles on top of the stone, and hopefully go into Kipchaks. That would be an awesome plan. He is catching up in villages. It's 56 to 60. As YaBoi does have a second town center back here, so he is booming. Each of the trees on this map has 350 wood stored in it, so there's actually more wood than it looks. As we got a Cuman ram coming out. Now, Cumans have access to capped ram in the feudal age. I don't know if he'll take advantage of it. Oh, DK the Hobbit is even building a watchtower here. That's cute. Just to keep an eye on it. Little bit of attack value. But if these rams were in front of the crossbowmen, it could be quite effective. Looks like there is a monk in this monastery. He wants to prevent his opponent from getting any relics at all. He wants all the relics for himself. DK the Hobbit trying to sneak off with a relic. Gets converted and then he gets killed by the scouts as the scouts are about to take down a crossbowman too, it looks like. Oh man. This is pretty bad. AI is helping YaBoi out a little bit, but both of these scouts are going to go down to the spearmen. So, yes, Kipchaks. We see Kipchak here. YaBoi is under pressure. He's going to convert a Kipchak. But the crossbowmen are too many, and there are 2 rams. DK the Hobbit getting iron casting. He's 10 villagers behind. He's got 30 military to 8, so maybe he could do this. As another range is coming down. YaBoi understands the importance of skirmisher mass, but he just can't. Seems like his skirmishers get killed when, as soon as they come out of the archery ranges here. A 4th archery range. Oh my goodness. He is panicking. Is DK the Hobbit going to make this 1-1? We got YaBoi putting up a 4th range. How is he going to produce from all these ranges at the same time? He's not even making any skirmishers. There we go. Alright, he's got a ton of skirmishers queued up. He has a decent amount of food and gold. He could consider making archers, actually, if he has the tech. But nope, it's skirmishers. The skirmishers aren't fighting, though. They're just getting shot and dying. He needs a mangonel. He needs to build a siege workshop right here, YaBoi, and make 10 mangonels. He's got the res for it. These villagers are being shot at by the Kipchaks. I don't know. I think DK the Hobbit has done it. Military is 32 to 12. And a Mangonel even coming in for DK the Hobbit. So DK the Hobbit demonstrating that he is not really much of a boomer. He prefers his all-in pushes. Likes to be very aggressive with the military. See, how are we doing here? He is being careful to trickle the units around the monks so the monks don't convert them. Okay, he is ejecting all of his skirmishers now, and we're going to take a big fight. Hopefully this Mangonel decides to attack some skirmishers instead. But the skirmishers are they attacking the crossbowmen or are they attacking the rams? Looks like he is going to clean this up here. As DK the Hobbit is putting down another castle. Oh, no, he changes his mind. Decides not to put it there. So his opponent has a ton of skirmishers, but doesn't have very much food. He's been spending all of his food on skirmishers. He does have a 10 villager lead, though, as he's putting this other castle down here on the stone. So DK the Hobbit, all about map control. We're learning. So he picks a fight with the monks and loses some more scouts. Okay, defensive castle coming down for YaBoi. In what he considers to be a weak location, or vulnerable location. And indeed, he is taking a lot of gold here. This is his main gold, or at least it was. So he's on the prowl with these skirmishers. Maybe looking to push out and see what his opponent has. Nope, looks like he's coming back. So we're now getting the armor for DK Hobbit for cavalry, chain barding. And it looks like he says, you know what could be really good against these skirmishers? Some knights. And he's right. Let's go DK. T-Bomber in chat, cheering for DK. Makes sense. If DK wins, we'll get to see a third game. The knights are coming in. These knights have +2, so the skirmishers are going to get absolutely owned by them. DK the Hobbit driving the pace of the game, forcing his opponent to react. Now once this castle goes up, these knights will have to relocate, because it is still castle fire. So he's pulling back. I'd like to see DK the Hobbit go into Captaram. I think that could be really effective. 3 or 4 Captarams on this castle and it would be toast. Like if he suddenly had 3 or 4 Captarams just roll in, I don't think YaBoi could stop it. He might be able to make a Mangonel. This blue is going to look for an alternate path in. He is at 67 villagers to YaBoi's 66, so it's quite competitive. With similar ecos. 25 to 23 military now. Blue has completely walled this out, though, but there's a hole here. Sorry, purple. YaBoi. And blue slips in. Uh-oh. No, these trees are hard to quick wall. He's going to come in and slaughter some villagers, so this is going to be really good for him. He's going to dodge the pikemen. So Byzantine's obviously the best civ in the game, right? And long term, the Cumans don't stand a chance, but the Cumans can steamroll some damage. That could be really good for them. So DK the Hobbit is buying Imp. Selling his stone. Got gold, and he's clicked up to Imp. So the plan is to treb this castle down. Has he secured any relics yet? It looks like he has. There are some relics missing. We got 3 relics in the monastery, and that's what he needs to cancel out the gold drain. So you can see that his gold is pretty much hovering. 63, 62. I mean, he's got villagers taking gold, obviously. But you can see that it's like flickering up and down because he's got the relics providing the income. It's equivalent to the gold drain. Relic counts for each player. Let's see. So I don't think purple has any relics. I don't even see a monastery for purple anymore. I think his monastery was destroyed. Meanwhile, blue has at least 3 relics. I only see 1 monastery for him. Yep. So DK the Hobbit is at 67 villagers, and that's where he wants to be. Kipchaks are tearing up the camels and the pikemen. That's what Kipchaks are for. Do the Kipchaks have the second? Yes, they do. They've got Vodkin. So blue is content to just take these buildings down, slightly out of range of the castle. The chat is a little delayed. Oh, sorry about that. I really would like to see rams. It's going to be trebs, but I would like to see rams from DK the Hobbit here. It makes sense given all the skirmishers that are on the field. His opponent isn't making many melee units, and the ones that he is making have really terrible attack. Camels have bad attack. The only reason that they are good is because of all that hidden bonus damage they get against knights. These Kipchaks are just shredding the camels. The camels have low pierce armor, so they're vulnerable to ranged units. And we've got a treb in queue for DK the Hobbit. YaBoi getting some armor for his camels. And Camel Skirm is a pretty great unit composition to use. I mean, his heart is in the right place. He wants to do the right thing against the Cumans. The Cumans are Cav Archer Civ, so Camel Skirm makes a lot of sense. But I think he's been too weakened. I think DK the Hobbit has too much of an edge over him. He should have lost a villager at the beginning. He would have been OP then. Another castle is coming down. Can't build a castle on this stony terrain. I'm not really sure what this castle denies, honestly. I don't like that castle. I would actually build it like right here. But that's just me. See if blue has expanded his relic count. No, he's still at 3. And there is still a Gaia Scout Cavalry here. Big fight to try to deny this castle as the trebs are rolling out. You know, I do think that purple is going to win this fight. This castle may still go up, though. He's got all the wrong units against it. He's got all the gold and all the wood in the world. And he can go in. Purple's Byzantines. Could you imagine if purple went in and made like 60 arbalists with all these resources? He would be very far ahead. What is blue doing? Blue is not really building... Okay, he's got some knights in here. Chopping away at the skirmishers. Slowly but surely. And purple is now ahead in score. Or not in score, in villagers. Score is actually quite similar. They're competitive. But these Cuman trebuchets are going to push forward and knock at the door now. Take down this castle as blue's castle finally goes up. This will keep the skirmishers at bay. So big fight here. Blue lost most of his army. Now purple has the military lead. But that fight is really what allowed blue to get that castle up. And from this castle he is going to rain ruin upon his opponent's castle. As blue is getting Cavalier. Nice. He's got 5 knights out somewhere, so Cavalier for 5 knights. He is not getting the armor yet. Maybe he will. Oh. Guess there was some Woolaloo action and some more scouts have been converted. Blue's just having the hardest time getting these relics. He did get 3, though. Castle goes down, and Cavalier are coming in now. They're missing the final armor. would be a lot more effective, but the psychological effect of seeing Cavalier is probably equally as effective as the final armor would be. Come on, get the final armor, Blue. You know you can do it. He's got 4 more Cavaliers in queue. Kipchaks are rolling in. He's got crossbowmen still. Take that camel down. So he's rolling in military piecemeal. Just kind of got small military production. He's only got 63 villagers. His opponent has 62 though, given the attrition that he's been under. So now Blue is going to move forward. I see a lot more barracks coming down for Purple. Purple has thousands of res in the bank. He has just reached Imperial Age. Let's see what he does with it. This Blue is coming in. His Trebs are having a hard time pathing, so they're just going to give up and attack these buildings here instead of the town center, which is fine. Okay, so Blue is getting the attack, which I think is a mistake. He should be getting the armor, because there are a lot of ranged units out. Heavy Camel and Halberdier coming in for Purple, though. He's not messing around. Taking advantage of those cheaper Byzantine counter units. He only has 4 on gold, though. Where are those 4? They are right here. So, you know, if Blue wanted to, he could come up here, he could dive with the Kipchaks and kill all of Purple's gold income. Purple has a lot of gold now, but it'll run out quick. So these camels have the final armor. They do not. Come on, guys. Get the final armor. Be good for you. Parthian tactics coming in. YaBoi says it looks like GG. Well, what does that mean to me? Alright, and with that, YaBoi calls the GG. DK the Hobbit taking the win with the Cumans against Byzantines. Oof. Hard to watch the Byzantines get stomped by the Cumans like this, but you know what? It can happen. Well played, though. Well played. DK the Hobbit was successful here because he played the map better. It all started with Blue not being able to build a castle here. Or YaBoi, I should say, not being able to build a castle. Because Blue was here first. Blue had a plan for this. To build his town center, get his castle up, secure this stone, push your opponent back. Start to collect maybe some relics. Make lots of archers after scout rushing your opponent because you know that they're going to have lots of scouts. Apply lots of castle age pressure. Keep them on their back feet at all times. So I'm really impressed with what DK the Hobbit was able to accomplish on this map. Because frankly, I think he beat a player that has better macro than he does. Who's generally better at booming under equal situations like we saw in Arabia. So now we're going to go to the final game, now that it's tied up, and it is Glendalough. So Glendalough has low amounts of gold and stone assigned to players, but there's neutral stone on top of the hills, and there's gold in the monastic basin. There are some trapped sheep down here inside of this, from this fence. So we got YaBoi here. It's tied 1-1. He is playing as the Celts, classic. And we got DK the Hobbit, who is playing as the Franks, also a classic. So it'll be interesting to see how these players approach this map. I mean, Celts versus Franks. I mean, the Franks are they're known for having a high win rate. They're known for being the so-called strongest civ in the game. And yet I favor Celts in this situation. What do Franks do if the Celts go Pike Siege? I mean, the Franks do have an answer to it. The Franks can make throwing axemen of their own, but the Celts get really fast-firing scorpions. They get siege onagers. You know, they have better siege options. They both have equivalent Pike Siege. They get all the infantry armor upgrades and such, but their infantry are faster and their siege is better. So If this devolves into a Pike Siege grind, then the Celts have a huge advantage. However, if DK the Hobbit is able to leverage the mobility of Franks to raid and to pick fights that are good for him but not good for his opponent, then the Franks could prevail. So Glendalough, we've got a big lake with deep fish here. The deep fish are not close enough to the shore to be taken by villagers. You must dock to take them, but they can be quite good. I mean, there's a lot of food here. Each one of these is 200, and there are 9 of them. So that's 1,800 food right there. However, there is also food in these lakes. These shore fish are 200, and there are 20 of those, so there's 4,000 here. So there's more food here, but it's riskier, because if you come down here and you take these shore fish and your opponent makes a dock and builds a couple demos, you could be down 5 to 6 villagers easy. Green and Celts in an Ireland tournament seems very lucky. Agreed. So we got the monastery. There's nothing particularly special about the monastery. The relics are scattered all across the map. So the monastery is basically just here for eye candy. But most of the golds are in the monastic basin here. There's a little bit of a settlement. There's a tower. This is based off of real-life Glendalough in the Wicklow Mountains of Ireland, an actual monastic village. A blacksmith. I don't think either players are going to go for the sheep here. We can see that YaBoi has elected to build his lumber camp on the big wood, which is smart, I think. It kind of makes it a little bit more predictable where your opponent is going to build a lumber camp. YaBoi has built a lumber camp here, closer to his town, and both players have about a villager's worth of idle time starting out. So they're doing much better this game. It's almost like they're gotten warmed up here. So lots of reeds. Blue is scouting around. He's going to find his sheep. He's got 4 sheep here he hasn't found yet. There we go. 2 left. Come on, Blue. You can do it. Find these sheep. Find them. No. Oh, man. Oh, wait. He's coming back around. Nice. He finds them. So there are plenty of deer up here if you want to take them. They're technically considered neutral deer, but you may still be able to push them on smaller map sizes. Okay, so both players electing to dock. It looks like Blue is attacking this green scout with his villager. Is this villager loomed? It doesn't matter. The scout will win. Scout is bailing, though. Scout maybe took some more damage. As Blue is quick walling the scout out. Nice. He's got to be careful that this house could go down otherwise. Okay, so DK the Hobbit building that up a little bit, and then he's going to build this dock. So they're both going to be fighting over the fish. I don't know if Blue can see his opponent's fish yet. But this scout forcing Blue to build more houses at first. So he is milled these berries. He's taking the wood. Another house here, as though he didn't have enough houses over here. Oh, that's funny. He's housed despite having started 3 houses here. Okay, so Blue is taking this fight against Green. Is Green going to get in and waste this? No, he's not. So Green is going to run. So he gets his dock up and he builds a fishing ship. So Celts are great because you collect wood faster as Celts. So you can use that to dock and make lots of fishing ships, and it looks like that's what Green is planning on doing. Hey, Ben Goody! Welcome. I can sense the waypoint scouting. If nothing else, Green delayed the dock a decent bit, and Blue's dock is going to suck. That's true. Welcome, welcome, Ben Goody. Thank you for joining me on stream. Consider subscribing if you like the content. I'm moving over to YouTube. Alright, both scouts going down, so they're going to be playing blind. I thought maybe Malay could be good on this map. You know, because you build your initial fishing, you secure the pond, and then you've got some unraidable fish traps with really efficient conversions, but that's probably more of a late game thing. So Ben Goody, I don't know how much you saw from the previous games, but we are on game 3 of YaBoi versus DK the Hobbit. And we're going to do our very best to cast as many matches from the King of Ireland tournament as we can. As both players have built 2 docks on this water. Wow, they really want this fish. None of them have come down here to take the shorefish yet. Oh, T-Bomber, you know Ben Guti? Exactly, yeah, and I don't think I agree with it, but I think this is kind of like an arms race. There's only about 2k food in this pond, so I don't know if it's worth 2 docks. A good chunk of it will be eaten by feudal. So let's see, somebody, Blue, he just got feudal age. Where are the fire ships? Blue is building a tower here, okay. So he's going to tower his opponent's fish, that's kind of funny. What else is he doing with the feudal age? So green has a massive villager lead over blue, though. I mean, it's all fishing ships. It's largely fishing ships. Blue has 2 fishing ships, and green has 9 fishing ships. So that explains the difference. Everybody knows Ben Guti. That's true. He is a celebrity. Howdy, T-Bomber. He is a celebrity. Okay, so we got a fire galley coming out for blue. This is a great opportunity for blue to threaten green's economy. Green is not in feudal age yet either. He is going to be getting up to the feudal age pretty soon, though. This is a 37 pot feudal age, so green greedily taking as much fish as he can before his fishing ships are destroyed. Ben Guti says, I've spent a nice chunk of today doing build order practice. I'm ready for Akil. I'm ready to see you on Akil. I'm pretty excited to see what you came up with, Ben Guti. Don't tell me, because I want to see it in the Rex. But Akil is definitely, if you're looking for an upset, Akil is definitely the map for it. So green is getting feudal age here, and is he even going to make fires? No, I think this is the right call. He's already lost water. Was it worth it? Well, he's going to lose 9 fishing ships. So 9 times 75 is 925. No. It's 750 minus 75, so it's like 675. So green has lost 675 wood here, and there are 4 fish left with maybe like 150 in them a piece on average. So he's taken like 1,200 food here, 1,000 food here. So I don't know. It's basically a 2-to-1 conversion ratio. So I don't know. I don't necessarily know that this is the end of the world for YaBoi here. But DK is just a very aggressive player. We saw it in the previous game. It's not a lot of building space in this swampy area here. Okay, as blue is deciding to move to greener pastures, he is done chopping this wood. It was good while it lasted. Now he's going to come over here and drop a lumber camp on the big wood line. Cut his way through, and he's pushing it. He even made galleys. He made galleys. Now, he could make some fish. I wouldn't make that many. Yeah, he's got about an appropriate number of fishing ships, I think, for the amount of fish that's left. And green is starting to wall off here. Green is kind of on the back foot. He wants to wall this off. He, has he chopped through here yet? If he hasn't chopped through, he's getting pretty close. It looks like he maybe did relocate all of his villagers to another lumber camp. So it looks like he is thinking about that, which is good. So YaBoi is going to want to boom up. YaBoi is the boomer we've discovered from watching these guys. Ben Guti says in blue only has 4 on food, and it is these 4 right here. These fishing ships. Oh, it looks like he recently added 2 more, so he's got 2 on farms. And he is building a barracks. I was really hoping to see demolition ships on fishermen. Guys, just a word of advice from the map creator. I've actually tested this before. If your opponent is Indians on this map and builds a mill down here and sends like 10 villagers to gather shorefish, make a dock down here where he doesn't scout it, and then send up 3 demolition rafts and just blow them up. Works every time. Okay, so we've got some spearmen from green coming out across the map. I'm not sure what the target is. He's probably just expecting Franks to go scouts. As green is going into man-at-arms, which is not a bad choice if you're Celts. It's got a blacksmith down. He's got an excessive amount of wood. As blue is destroying, he's burning this house to the ground. Green has walled off this top section. He's working on over here, although this is a little bit safer because it's further away. But blue's got a scout headed that direction, and it looks like the scout is at full health. We watched their scouts die together next to green's town center, so the scout is looking to do some damage. This is a scout that he made. So we got a stable here and a market for blue. Blue's got a little bit of an eco mismanagement, so yeah, he's using the market here, and he's buying some of the food that he needs to click up to Castle Age. And meanwhile, green is, I mean, I guess he's kind of close. He could be close if he sold some of this extra wood here. But he's mostly just focused on walling this off, but he's being scout rushed. So DK the Hobbit here with his scout rush. These villagers need to get out of here. Where did his spearmen go? The spearmen are out of position. They're just standing here. Could you imagine if these spearmen were here helping his villagers out? So he's fighting this, but I don't think he's going to win. And the Eco KD, green has lost 15. I think 10 of those were fishing ships and 5 were villagers. He's in rough shape. Okay, here we go. We got a spearman. We got 2 spearmen out, taking these scouts down. That's good. This is an even game. He was 650 to 800 food 2 minutes ago. Yep, so YaBoi is really close. Come on, YaBoi. He just needs a little bit more food. He's not on deer up here. He was taking the deer down here. Okay, there he is. So now he has the food, and he's going to click up to castle. So YaBoi should absolutely try to finish this off before more scouts slip in and kill villagers. Okay, blue is not afraid. Blue is not walled at all. Blue's got this pond. He's building fish traps. He's taking the wood here. And so now blue is Castle Age, and green should be worried, because when Franks get Castle Age, they drop castles. And indeed, blue is on this stone up here. I just need to stream on YouTube more often. This is the first time Ben Goody has come to my stream, I think. Maybe YouTube is more convenient for him. Maybe the King of Ireland is interesting. Okay, as more scouts, another scout slips in. Green is farming here. Let's see what eco upgrades does green have. Okay, he's got all the feudal age eco upgrades for at least double bit axe and horse collar. I can't tell for the mining upgrades. Oh no! Blue doesn't have double bit axe. Feels bad. Blue, get double bit axe, man. I know you're Celts, but you'll fall behind if you don't. Or no, blue is Franks. My bad. Green is Celts, so green's wood income is insane. Oh yeah, this is really bad then. Ben Goody is here to scout out how the maps are played out. Well, you came to the right place. He lurked a couple times. Alright. Well, good on you for admitting it. Okay, so green is starting to wall. There's some knights coming. Come on, green, finish the wall. You know you can. Throw down some stone walls, some houses. He builds this up. He's got to know. Okay, pikeman is on the way. He sees the knights now. He knows that there are knights coming. Or maybe it was an auto attack. He's got a siege workshop coming. What's with this siege workshop? It's kind of a weird siege workshop. Blue only got automatic farm upgrades. Oh, you're right, because he's Franks. Blue has not been getting his eco upgrades at all. However, he has been tower rushing green's woodline because he controls this pond, and he's got galleys. He can range the base of his towers. Or this one he can anyway. This one not so much. But even still, it could be messy for green to try to villager rush this down, depending on where the trees are. So I don't understand this siege workshop. These 2 knights are headed in. These pikemen are in pursuit. Green, finish the walls, man. Finish the walls. Blue is a military-focused player. Green is more eco and macro. It's kind of fun to watch. The clash of styles here. Where did those knights go? Where did those blue knights go? Got different blue knights coming around. Oh, here they are. All right, they must have taken a fight against the pikemen and gotten killed. So neither player trying to expand toward the monastic basin here. Could you imagine like a good old town center like right here? Right here where this deer is standing. Maybe a little bit to the right of that. That would be a fantastic town center. Your opponent would have to push through that town center to get to the rest of the gold on the map. The neutral gold, I should say. Now, sure, I mean, it's got the disadvantage of being mangonelled from the hill, right? But, yeah, maybe get the military to support it. If you're putting a town center here, it could be really helpful. I don't know, maybe that's just Tech Chariot greed speaking. It has been a good series, as blue is building another tower. He does not want green taking wood here at all. So green built this town center to help him. Oh no, these knights are still running around. Either that or they're different knights that found another way in because green hasn't finished the wall yet. Just left it open. So green doing really well on wood and food, though. Coming in with the knights and picking off a villager. Knights are finally surrounded by pikemen and killed. Let's take a look at the ecos. Blue has 52 villagers. How many of those are fishing ships, though? 7 are fishing ships. As he has town-centered the beach. That is interesting. I've never seen that before. So we got 1, 2, and 3 town centers for blue. So he's getting the next armor for his knights. And green has only 2 town centers. Now green is scary. Green can really boom up if he is left alone. He will boom up. He's got a significant number of villagers idle. These knights have come in and picked off a villager and are now idling his town center. Green, man, close this off. Send 6 pikemen down here and 2 villagers and just close it. Throwing axemen are the logical next step for blue. Blue is not really on stone. I mean, I guess he's got a couple on stone up here for town center purposes, but he's been building towers with them instead. So what's the plan? Green's got some villagers up here. He's got 100 stone left. Come on, build a town center right here on the stone. And take the stone and then build more town centers and castles and all that good stuff. You can do it. Come on, come on.
Kid, Arlev.
Oh, he's probably distracted somewhere. See, blue is thinking about imp. No, what's he doing? Bought 100 stone. Oh no, okay. He's selling wood and buying stone. So blue wants a castle. This is a castle drop, ladies and gentlemen. We got villagers on their way. I don't know that he can simply walk in this way, though. Maybe he can. Maybe there's a hole and the knights are flooding in. Nope. The castle is going to go right here. I don't like this castle. What does this castle do? This castle doesn't really secure anything. There are no resources over here. I guess he is protecting kind of this flank, but his opponent really, if he wanted to, could come around. And the castle is downhill, so if his opponent built a castle up here and trebbed it, he would have a massive hill advantage. So this is around 900 Elo, Ben Gudi. Okay, so he built a mining camp. Green did, and he is taking stone up here now. So YaBoi has a big military advantage. They're all pikemen. I don't know if he knows about this castle yet. Let's see if he knows about the castle. Yes, he does. The castle is shooting at something that he owns. A barracks, okay. So he does know of the castle. So seeing the castle, he's going to know that throwing axemen are going to be on the way. So he's going to need an answer to throwing axemen. He doesn't have one yet. He's got some mangonels over. Still hasn't sealed this off. Oh man, killing me. It's 51 villagers to 62. He's not building any villagers. His opponent has 9 villagers in queue, though. So these pikemen are getting patched up. And he is going to need an answer to these throwing axemen really fast. Because throwing axemen absolutely destroy pikemen. It's not even close. Is he going to convert the throwing axemen? Well, that might scare him away for a little bit. Okay. So he's got one and he's got some numbers. And he does scare away the throwing axemen for now. So he micros that away and builds a siege workshop. So he knows he's going to need scorpions here. But green is on his way to the Imperial Age. So is blue. He is getting armor for the infantry. Blue wants to build a castle here. Oh my goodness, what an aggressive castle. I don't think it's going to happen, though. He needs to win the fight here, and then he can build the castle. These pikemen... Don't let these pikemen fight the throwing axemen. That would be a bad fight. So it looks like they're both kind of cautious about taking a fight here. This is going to give green time to get a mangonel out. He gets another throwing axeman conversion. So we got green throwing axeman and pikemen against blue throwing axeman. And it looks like blue is just kind of waiting here. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's building another castle right next to his first castle. So he is going to fortify the crap out of this position right here. Okay, so we got more barracks coming down and a university coming down for green. Green, close this off, dude. So, big villager advantage for blue this time. YaBoi, he needs to make more villagers. Maybe he will now that he's imp. But it's rough being the Celts and not being able to take wood. Celts need that wood. He could still build a town center over here. I mean, the wood lines are not that bad. Okay, light cav coming out. We got 4 light cav in queue for blue, so it looks like blue wants to come around and raid. As these throwing axemen are going to open the hole up. But, yeah, I think green was taken off of this wood line, and I don't know that he ever really fully recovered from that. Now, having said that, though, this mangonel is scaring away the throwing axemen. Let's hope it doesn't suicide into the castle. These villagers are still loitering around. They want in. This light cav is going to try to snipe this mangonel. Not going to work, though. There's too much infantry around. And let's see what's going on here. So blue has decided, let's stop attacking here, maybe. It's going to keep it open for some light cav to rush in. I don't think the light cav were meant for the monks. Maybe they were. Another castle here. So blue is going to force his opponent to stay in this corner of the map again. Worked for him last time. I think blue had a plan for this map too, whereas green always just goes for the boom. Well, except green is... Okay, he is booming now. He's got more villagers in queue. So, we haven't been looking at the idle TC time because it's kind of rough to look at. We got 18 minutes here and 28 minutes for blue. And we do have a blue trebuchet at work. Green is going to need trebuchets of his own. He does have an advantage, though. So he just built this castle. He's making a trebuchet from it. And there are 2 castles down here making trebuchets, but they're queued behind some throwing axemen. We got halberdier out now. So blue totally could have just walked around and dropped that castle right on top of this monastery. Looks like green has secured a relic. Trebuchet has been created. He needs to unpack and start attacking these trebuchets defensively and prepare this castle. But I don't know that it's going to happen. No, I think he's going to bail on this castle. Maybe not. But this tower rush is just devastating for green. It's like green's got 20 on wood now, but he only had like 7 on wood for the longest time. He had a massive wood shortage. YaBoi has so much food and so much gold. Could you imagine if he had, like, paladins or something? Ooh, big mangonel shot. Taking out a bunch of throwing axemen. So, green needs to pay attention to this. He's got us surround. He could totally flatten all of these throwing axemen, but as it stands, the halberdiers are going to get killed. Not to be too harsh on green, but Franks seemed like a solid pick for this map. I favor Celts on this map, personally, myself. But you could say that of Franks for pretty much any map. They're a solid pick for any map. So Green's castle has gone down. Throwing axemen are flooding in. They are going to take out this mangonel. And YaBoi is in trouble. He's got 84 pop. His opponent has 128 pop. Has an advantage over him. Maybe a little bit of panic. He needs an answer to these throwing axemen. He should get Onager. He's getting siege engineers. Interesting. Allowing his siege to do more damage. And with the pikemen all gone, or all but 4 halbs gone, these knights are going to get sniped. These are for the purpose of flattening these mangonels. And YaBoi running out of stuff. Cavalry are in his base, running amok. Thousands of res in the bank. He could build a castle. He could throw down some barracks. He could be getting champion right now. Doing all kinds of stuff. Getting the final armor. Just isn't. Maybe panicking. He's taking these towers down so that he can take wood here again. I think that's what he wants to do. But Blue out-militarying him. These should absolutely not be anywhere near these throwing axemen. Not with a 10-foot pole. Okay, Panic Castle coming down. Got halberdiers. Castle will help him take more food. Green dead. He's got a lot of res, but it doesn't look good. He's got 1 military unit. Now, who knows how long this castle will last with these trebuchets over here. But it's just kind of rough to see a player with 4,000 resources in the bank and not spending it. The light cav are coming in raiding. Another castle's coming up. And I do think this is Blue's game. But if you were here for the first game, YaBoi won that so decisively. I mean, when we were watching DK the Hobbit, we were so worried that he was going to get stomped the second game. So he's just losing more and more map. GG. Calls it. Much luck against Torgo. They're going to need it. Torgo is upper 1100s, I believe. So with that, YaBoi calls the GG. This has been a fun set. They were evenly matched for a while. I think YaBoi just didn't spend his res. Didn't really want to make military. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe he just, maybe he panicked. I know I do. Got the res to make units and I just don't because of all the pressure my opponent is putting me under. But in this case, Blue booming up to 95 villagers. Even then. So GG's. So we're going to try to cast more of the King of Ireland tournament as the Recs come in. We're going to leave probably more like the high profile, the Platinum, and obviously the All-Star show match to Stig and his channel. But we'll try to get the low elo legends here. We'll try to get as many people as we can, and we probably still may cast the Platinum League. It's just we'll let Stig do that first. But it is open casting technically. So thanks everybody who tuned in. It was a fun set to watch. It's always very gratifying for the players to try out the maps and come up with different things. See what people come up with, like I said. So with that, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Hopefully you've got some ideas and you're just as excited as I am about seeing the rest of the tournament unfold.